So section 8.5, we're going to talk about two different shapes, but you're going to notice something very similar to what you've done before. Okay, so we're going to talk about parallelograms first, and then we're going to get to rhombuses. Okay, so what can you tell me about a parallelogram? Think way back to chapter 6 last semester. What can you tell me about a parallelogram? Parallel sides. Okay, that was the big one. So, what do you notice about this formula right there? What? Same thing as what? Same thing as what shape? Be specific. Not triangle. Square and rectangle. Yep, same exact thing. What did we talk about last time? How do you know which one's the height? What do you look for? That 90-degree angle. Yep. So if they gave you a number here, which one would you pick as the height? You'd have to pick 6 because of that 90-degree angle. Okay. So area equals base times height. Plug in what you know. What do we know? What's the base? 9. What's the height? So 9 times 6? 54. And then what do I have to remember? To add a label, which is what? Meters squared. Whenever you do area, don't forget that squared symbol. Okay, that signifies area. So, same formula we've been familiar with for a long time now. Just with parallelograms. Questions? Okay, let's look at this example. How is this one different? We have to find what we're missing, okay? Still resort to that equation. Okay, area equals base times height. Now plug in what you know. Okay, plug in what you know. What is A? 78. Do we know the base? 12. Do we know the height? No. Okay, so now how do we find the height? Right, one step is divide by 12. What's 78 divided by 12? So height equals 6.5. How do we label? It would just be feet. Okay, why do we not have the squared this time? Because it's not area. Yep. Good. Questions on parallelograms? Okay, go and try these 3 on your own. So again, how do you find area of a parallelogram? Area equals base times height. Good. So what do I do on number 1? 8 times 12, which is? 96. What do I have to remember? Good. Yards squared. Okay, number 2, what do I do? 7 times 11? 77? Millimeters squared. Good. Last one, number 3. How do I find the area? 14 times 14, which is? 196 feet squared. Good. Nice job. Biggest thing, do not forget these labels. Okay? Go ahead and try these ones. Now you're looking for what you're missing. Okay, use that equation. Again, what is the formula for area of a parallelogram? Base times height. Okay, use that formula. Plug in what you know. What do we know? Is what? A is 72. What else do we know? The base is 12. Do we know the height? No. So now how do I solve for height? Divide by 12. Bless you. 72 divided by 12? H equals 6 inches. Yep, just inches. Okay, what about number 5? What do I plug in? 30 equals 5 B. And then what's my step to get B by itself? Divide by 5. B equals 6 meters. Good, last one.
28
is the area. Do we know the base? 7. Do we know the height? No. Last step. Divide by 7. H equals 4 centimeters. Good. Any questions on area of parallelograms? Okay, we got one more thing to talk about. Rhombuses. Okay, looking at this picture right here, let's take a guess at what the formula is for a rhombus. What do we think? What? Or is it a little bit more complex? What'd you say, McKenna? Multiply the numbers? Close. There's one more step. Divide by?
2.
Divide by 2. So what does that one look similar to? Triangles, right? Instead of base and height, though, they use diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. The reason for that is because it goes from vertice to vertice. So they use diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Okay, so on that first example, what is one diagonal? 14. What's the other one? Times 10 divided by 2. What do I have to do first?
14
Multiply 14 times 10, 140, divided by 2. What does that give us? 70 inches squared. Yep, area we have to have squared on our label. Okay, look at that next example. Do we have everything we need to
No,
solve yet? Why not?
because there's the
What'd you say? We do have a whole line, but do we know the measure of that whole line? No, we have to find it. Okay, so this first diagonal,
Why are they so small?
what do we get?
there
Is it super small?
Yeah, like it's shrinking.
It's like
Like you can barely see the web.
Add them together so we get 18 meters. Okay, what about that second diagonal?
12.
We get 12 meters. Good. Now do we have everything?
Yeah.
Yes. So area equals, what's diagonal 1? 18. Does it matter which is which? No. So take 18 times 12 divided by 2. What's 18 times 12?
216.
216 divided by 2. And then what's the last thing I got to do? Meters squared. Good. Okay, so similar formulas to what you've been working with, just with different shapes now. Okay, any questions on parallelograms or rhombuses? No? Okay.